Man, guess who's back? I said, guess who's back? So, it's been some time now since Andrew Tate was first arrested on sex trafficking charges, but is he really guilty? Or is this whole thing just a moral witch hunt orchestrated by the Matrix? Let's find out.
Directorate for Investigating Organized Crime and Terrorism says the suspects organized a criminal group spanning between Romania, the UK, and the US. As for the allegations against Tate, reports say 2 women, one American and one Romanian, were being held against their will and even subjected to physical violence and mental coercion. Authorities say the suspects misled the woman to, quote, believing that they intended to enter into a marriage/cohabitation relationship. After that, they said the women were exploited.
You didn't like that I was thinking I can do whatever I want to. That's what it is. I'm the smartest person on this planet.
That's a voice recording controversial influencer Andrew Tate allegedly sent a woman in 2015. That audio, along with disturbing messages reading, quote, I loved raping you, are now coming to light as Tate faces sex trafficking charges overseas. Vice World News published the messages and voice notes allegedly made by Tate. We want to warn you, they may be disturbing to some.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I f***ing loved how much you hated it. Turned me on.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Backchat TV. If it's your first time seeing my channel, I normally talk about kind of sporting events, boxing and UFC sports, but I'm not limited to only speaking about those things. Just like the majority of people out there, I have more than one interest, and at the moment, what's been catching my eye is the whole Andrew Tate story, which has been unfolding very quickly. The question is he guilty? He's been accused of some serious claims, charges of the R word, trafficking, money laundering, weapons, being part of an organized crime which extends to multiple countries, and now they're trying to add tax evasion. It's getting quite heavy for him, and I've got a feeling that he didn't think. He sees himself as an extremely intelligent guy who thinks of everything and no one can catch him out, and he's a great chess player and he plays life like chess and all this stuff. And I think he didn't think that they would be able to catch him. But in my experience, when you're running this kind of business and you're doing some things a little bit underhanded and you think that you're too smart, you end up getting caught because there's just too many moving parts. And that's what I think has happened to Andrew Tate. Now, I'm not a detractor of him. I actually like the guy. When I first saw the things he said and in interviews, I liked a lot of the things he said, and some of the things I agreed with, some of the things I didn't agree with. I think there's a lot of people that may say that. And you've got people who 100% are disciples of him. You've got people that are 100% detractors from him, and then a lot of people in the middle. I would definitely count myself as being one of those people in the middle. I like some of the things he says that empower young men to go after their dream, to be focused on their dream, to have a destination, to work hard, to manifest riches, success, be ambitious, and to do all those things, you have to be kind of disagreeable. And in order to do that, you do have to put women and relationships second. Men need to go after their goals, achieve these goals, and then find the suitable woman, a suitable partner that can, ultimately complement your lifestyle. And this means that the man should really take the lead. Now, let's get on to the real thing. Did he do all these things that he's been accused of? Or is it the Matrix, which is this kind of conglomerate that are out to get him? This is what he's portrayed. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but the evidence is definitely mounting at the moment, because the most recent thing was that he's been arrested. His appeal for extended time or for bail or something like that was rejected in the court in Romania. And so what that means is that he can be kept in prison where he is now for up to, I think it was 180 days or something like that, which is really bad for him. All of his cars, as I know it, have been repossessed at the moment, and if he's found guilty, they'll be sold off, and the proceeds will be used to pay back the victims of his alleged abuse. It's not looking good for him at the moment. Now, like I said, is he guilty or is he not guilty? Well, let's look at the evidence, first of all, for him being guilty, and then we'll look at why he may be not guilty. So, first of all, he's set up this whole business. He's had 2 women come out and allege things against him before, which got dropped because of a lack of evidence. Recently, this recent time he was arrested, they found guns, they found weapons. They've now recently been presented with phone records and his actual voice of him saying some extremely incriminating things. And I've heard it. I've heard all the tapes. They're very incriminating. He actually says certain things which he loves to do to certain victims. And he said this. I know this is all alleged, but you can clearly hear it's his voice. We don't know the context in which he was saying it, but it seems to be pretty self-explanatory. And he's also been heard saying a lot of threatening things as well. Now, if you go back a few months, when he was in an interview and he was talking about how he set up his business, he kind of self-snitches. He kind of like tells on himself. He said that he's done a lot of illegal things the police don't know about. When the police first came to his door and he didn't expect them, he had to get rid of lots of things, and he delayed coming to the door because he had to get rid of evidence, paperwork, all these things. And he openly says all these things, you know, so it's like incriminating himself that he's been doing illegal things for very, very long time, and he just can't catch him. You know, he actually says this in an interview. He had to get rid of paperwork, he had to get rid of this, he had to get rid of that. And he's done a lot of illegal things and stuff like that. He also speaks openly about lying to women to get them to come in with him in this sex work, and then it turns out to be something opposite. He says he gets them to kind of fall in love with him, lets them think that it's kind of some kind of monogamous relationship, and then once they get on the inside, it ends up being something else. And when they don't like it, he kind of threatens them, apparently, and there's some blackmail involved. And he actually admits to a lot of these things. He talks about how to trick women and how you've got to get them to do certain things that you want. So this doesn't look good. Apparently, so many women that have come out are saying that this is the things that he does, and that he's kept them there against their will, and he's forced them to do things. And then he's admitted that, you know, he's done things like that. Not exactly like that, but he said things that are incriminating. And then now these phone records have come out of him saying it, and it's all pointing to him being this type of character. And you've got to remember, they don't need enough evidence to be, you know, 100% correct to convict him. You know, it just has to be probable. It just to be on the balance of probability from what they found in the evidence. Is he guilty? That's all they need. It's not like a murder charge where they need, you know, real evidence that points to him doing it 100%. So it's not looking good for him. I can clearly see him getting convicted from the evidence that they found so far. You know, they found weapons. They've got these phone records. They're looking for more evidence, which is why they turned down his appeal. They already have some evidence, enough evidence to turn down his appeal. So that's an indication that that's why they didn't overturn his 30-day thing. They've got the right to look for more evidence, and they've already found some stuff on him. The phone records, the things that he's been recorded as saying, and then this whole persona that he has, it doesn't look good. It builds this whole case of a misogynistic abuser. Sorry, which I'm not sure if he is or not because of this evidence. On the flip side, in favor of him, it could all be the Matrix, out to get him, jealousy, don't want him to be successful, don't want men to be empowered, want to stand up for women's rights, but really it's all fake, and they just want a scapegoat. They want to stand up and oppose someone who's fighting for freedom of thought, freedom of speech, and they want the masses to be uneducated and follow like sheep. Yeah, that's the opposing argument. Which one do you believe? Let me know. What do you think of Andrew Tate maybe facing some lengthy jail time? I'm not sure, like I said, where I stand on it, but I personally, my inclination is that I think he's done some things that are wrong. He clearly says that he's money laundering, and he's using the business to cover up a lot of money laundering and things that he's done, and moving his dirty money through the business. I think the actual business is clean. He's made the business clean, as in the workers, he's told them all they're not allowed to say certain things. They're not allowed to actually, meet up with them, with the gentleman that call, so that phone records and everything is clean. It's just kind of like a phone sex thing. So I think that he's tried to make his business clean, and he thinks that, because no one can kind of get any phone conversation of anything happening, it's clean. But there are a lot of moving parts, and there are a lot of unsavory characters that enforce some of the things that he doesn't in different parts of the world. And these are the people that maybe traffic girls. These are the people that maybe in certain instances they organize people to meet up with these girls afterwards, which is outside of his business, so that it can't be tied to his business. I think there's all sorts of things that could be going on, and these moving parts is what's going to bring him down, because you can't control, when you do something that's kind of immoral, you can't control where it goes. Many people, the more people that you have connected to this kind of ring, is the more people that seek power as well. There are going to be people that are doing some things within his organization that maybe he doesn't even know about, and it's all going to be connected to him. There's going to be people that have slept with girls or abused girls that he didn't know about. Maybe there's going to be people that are not declaring their taxes or something, and it's connected to him. There's going to be things that he hasn't claimed for. There's going to be dirty money, as he said, that he's laundered, and then they're going to recover this, and it's going to call into doubt things that he may have earned legally. And now that they're seriously after him, I don't see him being able to escape all these charges, because they're going to do the best they can to, mount a real attack on him. Even if they have to make up stuff, they've got enough evidence to make him seem like he's guilty. I don't think they need much more, to be honest. And he's going to have to do a really good impersonation of Houdini to get out of this one. This is what I personally think. I will be extremely shocked if he gets out of this situation without, a lengthy jail sentence, or all of his possessions being repossessed, or some career-changing thing happened to him. But if he gets out of it, he is really somebody special. But for now, just let me know what you think. Do you think he's guilty? Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, enlighten me more. There may be a whole number of things that I don't really know about yet. Let me know in the comments. I'm on to the next one.
Guess who's back?